Aloha! It is I, the Great Clement, and we have moved on to a new video game series. Since last February, I've been playing nothing but Mega Man games, and now I told my fans that I'm going to be doing the Sonic the Hedgehog series, and so what a great place to start off with the original Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis, the beloved game that started our blue hedgehog hero, and, you know, made him the icon that he is today. Now this is also going to be a sort of introduction video for the series, because not everyone has played Sonic the Hedgehog, believe it or not. I was actually kind of shocked to hear in the comments section when I announced these games that not everyone had heard of the Sonic games that I announced that I was going to LP. And to me, I thought that was Sonic fan common knowledge, but I guess I'm just a Sonic nerd like that. I love Sonic the Hedgehog so much. I love it more than Mega Man, and it's always had a great place in my heart. It's a game I grew up with, and my favorite game of all time is Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which we'll be playing later. But I love the Sonic series. It always had a great place in my heart. So anyway, you're Sonic the Hedgehog. He's blue, he's super fast, and he's as cool as the Earth is blue? Something? I don't know what he is, but the point is, he's super fast, and you know, he was made a big campaign for Sega onto why Nintendo sucked. Like, I remember they would literally have posters where it was like, Sega does what Nintendo don't. Or Nintendo-don't. That's what it was. Like, they went on the attack. They were pretty much making ads that were like, hey, Super Nintendo sucks dick. Look at Sonic, he's super fast, he's cool, unlike that lame plumber, that family-friendly plumber who no one likes. Oh, yeah, Mario fights turtles, Sonic fights vicious fucking robots, bitch. It was a pretty heated rivalry back in the day. I remember even in school, people would always be like, you like Sonic? What the fuck? Mario's so much better than Sonic, and I'll be like, true, but... I know, actually, the old Sonic games kick ass, and I like them better than even, you know, Mario World. Call me crazy, that's just my personal taste. Anywho, folks, I guess I should explain the game mechanics. I'll only do this once, because for the rest of the series, you're going to know how to play, and this is really for new Sonic fans who've never seen a Sonic game before, all two of you. But basically, there are rings in the game, and they are essentially your health bar in the game. If you collect a ring, you can take a hit, and if you don't have a ring when you get hit, you die. The thing that makes Sonic games kind of easy, and a lot of people complain about this, is that when you get hit, you can actually pick up the rings that you were just knocked away from you. So in a way, you could take unlimited hits if you just keep grabbing the ring. If you always have a ring, you're good, you're never gonna die. But I don't know, some games they get rid of rings really instantaneously and you can't just pick it up, and in other games, most of the cause of death will be spike pits or bosses that you can't attack, or bosses you have to fight with no rings because, you know, the game makes you. I still think it's pretty easy and simple, but not, like, too easy, you know? The Sonic series has a nice balance between that. This is a special stage. I collected 50 rings before I reached the goal, and because of that, I got to find a super gigantic ring. You jump into the super gigantic ring, and you go to the special stage. Basically, I'm supposed to go through this rotating level and get to the Chaos Emerald. The Chaos Emeralds are the valuable diamonds that make everything all so great in the Sonic universe. They're the Deus Ex Machina of the Sonic series. Like, anytime there's a problem, the Chaos Emeralds are going to solve them. The Chaos Emeralds have unlimited energy, and they can fill whoever has them with, you know, the power they need to save the world. Or conquer it, depending on who wants to use them. Sonic the Hedgehog himself can turn into a yellow version called Super Sonic, who can fly and is invincible, and even faster than normal. But in this game, they didn't invent Super Sonic yet. In fact, in this game there are only 6 Chaos Emeralds, and not 7. In every other game after this there are 7, but in the very first Sonic the Hedgehog, the one we're playing right now, there were only 6. So, I don't know, I guess they decided they wanted more special stages or something, but they decided on 7. Well, why not? I don't care. Anyway, Sonic lives in the fictional universe of Mobius. At least we assume it's Mobius. That's what the instruction booklet said, and that's what we all grew up on when we were kids. Since then, the Sonic series has seemed to not acknowledge Mobius or anything like that. In fact, in the new Sonic games, you're always in, like, cities with human beings, and it's kind of weird, but at least with the first original games, this was essentially Mobius, and Sonic is trying to protect the world from this evil scientist, the greatest villain of all gaming, Dr. Ivo Robotnik. He who also goes by his nickname Eggman, so people call him Dr. Eggman. People didn't call him Dr. Eggman back in the day. Everyone always knew Robotnik as Robotnik. Every cartoon he was in, he was Robotnik. In the instruction manuals, he was Robotnik. You know, everyone just knew him as Dr. Robotnik, but the fact is, in Japan, he's always been known as Eggman. They made him Robotnik in America because they thought it would be a much more menacing name. And with good reason, you know, Robotnik, it sounds awesome. I mean, obviously it's Robot Nick, and it's kind of, you know, stupid that his name would be a pun on his profession. But then so is Eggman, so who knows. I've grown used to Eggman, and I'm going to be calling him Dr. Eggman from now on, because, you know, I just like the Eggman name. That's what his name was originally in Japan, and now it's his common use name, but Sega hasn't abandoned Robotnik. They just claim that in the instruction manuals that his name is Dr. Ivo Eggman in brackets Robotnik. So his name is still Dr. Eggman, but they still acknowledge that his full name is Robotnik. Even in Sonic Adventure 2, they mention Eggman's family, and they still call his family Professor Robotnik, or whatever. So they haven't abandoned the name. He's still Robotnik, but, you know, he goes by Eggman now. So call him whatever you want to call him. Call him Eggman, call him Robotnik. I'll call him Eggman for the rest of these LPs, because, you know, it just makes it easier for me. And Eggman is the greatest villain of any video game medium because he's always fighting you in every zone you go to. He is always the boss that you encounter at the end of the zone. So we fought Eggman in Green Hill Zone, and now we're in Marble Zone, and we're going to fight him there too. Why not? The Sonic series has two different endings depending on whether you collected the Chaos Emeralds or not. And definitely I'll be collecting all these Chaos Emeralds to get the good ending. Which means I have to make sure I don't get hit, because if I get hit, I lose my rings instantly, and I can't find the big giant ring at the end of the level. Luckily I had a blue shield that protected me from losing my rings just now, but yeah. I swear, these bonus stages always made me motion sick when I was a kid. Like, now I seem to be okay, but back in the day, I really started like, like, it's always moving, and depending on some of these buttons you push, like the buttons that you're rolling around on, you can get, like, really fast, and that'll make you even more nauseous. There's up and down buttons. Down buttons slow the rotation of the level, and up buttons speed up the rotation of the level, so, like, it seems slow now, but if I keep pushing up, it's gonna go faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, and eventually it just, you know, it's horrible to look at. It doesn't help that the background keeps changing from, like, fish to pigeons and stuff. Like, I swear, I don't know what drug trip the makers of this game were thinking of when they made this level, but Christ. I need my barf bag. I need my barf bag badly. That's all I need to say. The one obstacle in this level is that there are exit platforms, or goal platforms. You don't want to go into the goal platforms. Going into the goal means you leave the level without the Chaos Emerald. The Chaos Emerald is generally in every special stage surrounded by diamonds that you just chip away by running into them over and over again. So the more they're chipped away, the more they'll disappear, and then you just get to the Emerald. Obviously, we're on our third stage right now, and I almost fucking screwed it up right there. But, obviously we're on a third stage, so you've probably seen how it works already, but you know. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. I loves it. I loves it. Booyah! Well, we got half the Chaos Emeralds in Part 1. We seem to be going off to a good start. We'll continue the game with Marble Zone Act 2 in Part 2. See you then.